Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2025. Now, there is an exercise that Jason and I work through with our 1%ers at this time of the year, every year. We've done it. I believe we started this in 2020. So this will be the 6th year that we've repeated this same exercise. We do the same one every January because it is so powerful. Ultimately, what we do is we ask you two questions. Just two questions, simple as that. Question number one: what is the one thing that you want to achieve this year? Now, that sounds really simple, doesn't it? You've only got to think of one thing. And how hard can that be? Well, actually quite difficult, because first and foremost, you need to distill what the single most important thing that you can achieve this year is. Because I'm guessing if I were to say to you, what do you want to achieve this year? You've probably got quite a long list. There's probably quite a lot of things that you would like to achieve, you'd like to get done. Well, I'm asking you to narrow that down to just one. If you could only do one thing in 2025, what would that one thing be? Now, for me, my one thing for this year, I know, is writing, marketing, and releasing my next book, Retention First. Okay, I know if I get that book out there and nothing else, I've still beaten the year. That is the one thing that's going to help me achieve my ambitious lifestyle business goals. Okay, so have you got your first answer there? What's the one thing that you want to achieve in 2025? That's question number one. Question number two: what's the system that's going to get you there? Again, that sounds really, really simple, but there's a lot of thought that needs to go into this. So once you've identified the lead domino, the one thing that's going to make all the difference, you now need to reverse engineer that into a repeatable system, a process, dare I say it, a routine. And this is the key. This is where we break it down from that massive, big, overarching goal that you want to achieve in the year, the release a book, down to what's the system that's going to get you there. Now, for me, that is carving out time every single week. At the moment, it's every Tuesday, every Thursday, blocking out 6 90-minute chunks on those 2 days to progress my book. Now, I've got a plan that I'm following. Notice this is all the process. This is the system that's going to get me there. I've got my book launch formula, if you like. I've written 4 books in the past. I know how to release, promote, market a book. I just need to follow that plan. And I need to follow it routinely, and I need to follow it religiously. If you've done this correctly, if you've really worked through this question, those are the only 2 questions, by the way. What's the one thing you want to achieve in 2025? And what's the system that's going to get you there? If you've answered that correctly, you should end up with a system, a process, a routine that, if you follow it, if you follow that routine, if you follow that process, you will achieve the goal, because it's inevitable. Success becomes just inevitable because you do the process that leads to the outcome. And if you've correctly identified the outcome as the one thing that is the most important thing you can achieve in 2025, then that becomes inevitable that your lifestyle will be better too. So just to recap, only 2 questions, but we take an hour and a half to go through these 2 questions. And I absolutely implore you to do the same. Take some time ideally before you get back into the grind of your business next week. Just think, take an hour and a half, take 2 hours, and sit down with a blank piece of paper and those 2 questions. What's the one thing you want to achieve in 2025? And what is the system that is going to get you there?